I'm here today with Pastor Marty Bramer. He does a radio show called The Drive at 5. It's an excellent show if you want to check it out. It's locally here in Titusville at 89.3. So, hello, Pastor Bramer.
Butch, thank you so much for the impromptu interview. I'm excited about this.
It's nice to finally meet you and put a face to the voice.
Absolutely.
How long have you been in Florida?
It'll be 2 years this August.
Oh, good, good. Tell me a little bit about the radio program. It definitely has its own flavor.
It was in May of last year that we went on the air for the first time, but I had approached Randy back in, it was probably late February, first part of March, and I really just felt the stirring of the Lord that I needed to get back on the radio. I had done it for years, but had been off the air, and really my original thought was I was going to buy some airtime and just feature 5-minute segments of my sermons. And as Randy and I talked a little bit, he said, I've got this 5 o'clock hour. He said, there's really nothing going on then. He said, I got satellite programming coming in from Chicago, but he said, how about something local, kind of the idea of the morning drive? I said, all right, but let's give it its own flavor. Let's make some Christian radio with a little bit of punch to it. We'll call it The Drive at 5. It'll be Christian radio with a little bit of an attitude and edge. And I know for some people at first they're a little bit, but when you listen to it, there really is a solid message there. Mm-hmm. The music, the message, it all works together, even the humor that we pack in there. But what we're really doing is we're drawing in unsaved people that are listening, that won't listen to the typical 3 points in a poem sermon, but they'll listen to this. And so that's what we're excited about.
Well, I love it. The topic today was actually education, higher learning. How important is that in today's world that a Christian arm himself with some solid education?
Well, absolutely important, and education is the key. And unfortunately, most of what's being done in the name of higher education today is really more about indoctrination, not necessarily education.
Yeah.
And we're dumbing down our society on purpose, and we're really getting the minds palatable for the Antichrist and the coming age to basically get the growing masses to swallow any swill that they're handed. And so it's very important for Christians, especially Christian parents, to understand that's what's going on. Get your children in an environment where they're not going to be indoctrinated, but rather taught and instructed. Yes, they need a good foundation on reading, writing, and arithmetic and science, but they also need a good foundation on the Word of God. So it's important that you're in a good, solid church, and if you've got a good Christian school in your area, get plugged in, get those minds on a firm foundation before heading off to the, I guess you would say, the halls of higher academia.
I want to thank you for taking a moment with me, and it's nice to meet you, sir.
Hey, thanks so much for popping in. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good evening.